all tech enthusiasts. Here is a new uh, division drive on Windows 11 by Microsoft. We can create a separate drive on our Windows 11 so that separate file can be stored there. Div drive is a new form of storage volume available to improve performance for key developer workload. Dev drives are built on REFS technology to employ targeted file system optimization and provide more control over storage, volume setting, and security, including trust designation, antivirus configuration, and administrative control over what filters are attached. See the blog post Div Drive for performance improvement in Visual Studio and Div boxes. Important Div Drive is currently only available by public preview. See prerequisites. Some information relating to this pre-release product may be substantially modified before it's commercially released. Microsoft makes no warranties expressed or implied with respect to the information provided here. Go to step of a div drive. To set up a new div drive, open Windows setting and navigate to system, then storage, advanced storage, system, disk volume, and select create div drive. Before setting up a div drive, ensure that the prerequisites are met. You can also set up a div drive using div home mechanic configuration. Prerequisite you have Windows 11 recommended 16 GB memory, minimum of 8 GB, minimum 50 GB free disk space. Div drives are available on all Windows SKU version. Note: when updating your Windows release to a new insider build, you may need additional reboot after the div drive preview feature become available. Div drive is intended only for key developer scenarios, and any custom setting will still be covered by group policy setting in business or entrepreneurs work involved. Setting option create new HWD build volume on new virtual hard disk. Okay, it's like resize an existing volume, create new unallocated space to build on unallocated space on disk. Use the unallocated space on existing net. This option will only display if you have previously set up an allocated space in your storage. Create new VHD virtual. When you choosing the create new VHD option to div drive, you will then need to determine the following: virtual hard disk name, give a name to your VHD div drive location, assign a directory path where the div drive VHD will be located on your machine. The default location is C unless created div drive using div home, in which case the default location is the user profile div drive. We recommend using a per user directory path location to store your div drive to avoid any unintentional sharing. Virtual hard disk size, assign the amount of disk space that will be allocated for the volume to use. Minimum size is 50 GB. Virtual hard disk format, support virtual disk up to 2040 GB in size. Virtual support virtual disk up to 64 TB in size, and for more resilient protection against uninspected I/O failure caused by issues like power outage. This surface size, this virtual hard disk file is allocated to the maximum size when created dynamically expanding row to maximum size as data is written. Once you complete the process selected between these options, your div drive will be created. Resend existing volume or use unallocated spaces. Choose a volume to resize. Choose a new size for the volume. You will need to have at least 50 GB for unallocated space available. The minimum size needed for a div drive. Once the size is set, select next. To format a div drive on the new free space, especially the label drive name, the drive letter, and size allocation. The maximum size will be the amount of free space you allocated in the previous setup. The minimum size for div drive is 50 GB. System storage and disk volume. Create simple volume. Create volume. How does div drive work? The storage volume specifies how data is stored on the file system via directories and files in a particular format. Windows use NTFS for the system drive, and by default for most non-removable drives, the resilient file system is a new Microsoft system file system format designed to maximize data availability, scale efficiency to large data set across diverse workload. The div drive use REFS and enabling you to initialize storage volume specifically for development workload, providing faster performance and customized settings that are optimized for development scenario. REFS contains several file system specific optimization to improve the performance of key developed scenario.